Welcome to Tuesday Teaching Tips.
Hi everyone, we're back after such a big break, but we're back with Tuesday Teaching Tips. So today what I want to share with you, as it's the start of going back to our homeschool, is Homeschool Essentials. What we have in our drawers, what out of all these things I feel like might be essentials that you could buy if you're just starting off your homeschool, or you are now including your younger toddlers into your homeschool as well. So first up, essential stationery. We've got pens and pencils, and I've recycled some tins and just painted them and added all pens and pencils that I found around the house. So I've invested in a pencil sharpener, which I find is really essential when we've got colouring pencils around the house. It's a lot easier to sharpen. Highlighters, quite useful. Post-it notes in different shapes. Sticky labels always come in handy for labelling pots and jars. All kinds of sellotape. We've got masking tape, sellotape. I've got duct tape somewhere, and that's double-sided tape there. A sellotape dispenser, really useful. I highly recommend that, especially with kids. Stapler, I've got two, one for the kids and one for myself, so I don't lose mine. And then paper clips, always handy, and these are brilliant. These are split pins. They're useful for so many things. An example is when making hands on a clock. This is the pin that you use to rotate the arrows around. I also keep my craft knife up in this box because it's out of reach from the kids. And some chalk I keep in this box as well, surprisingly, but because I want it on days when we go out. And then the last thing is permanent marker. Next up, I've got a whole tray for just scissors and glue. And this is how I've pretty much organised it. I've brought these small boxes from IKEA, and all my glue sticks and glue spreaders are in here. At the moment we run out of glue sticks, but that's where they usually go. In this box, we've called it the small sellotape and washi tape box. And then here's our scissors box. We've got all the children's size scissors and some zigzag scissors. I think we used to have safety scissors in here as well. And we just keep all our scissors in one box, and if their friends are over, they know where the scissors box is. And then we've also got our white glue, PVA glue in here as well. Okay, for arts and crafts, I've got two trays full, and I'm going to show you what we have inside. So I've got one of those IKEA boxes again for all my sequences. We've had these for nearly 2 years, so it's not like we're buying them every year, but we have them for whenever we need to do any crafts related. We've got lolly sticks, we've got some, we've got these little paper cut stamps, or whatever they're called, styrofoam shapes and balls and things that I've just collected. And we've got a ribbons box and some feathers. And this box is pretty much the miscellaneous box. I don't like throwing any bits of craft away if I know it can come in handy. For example, these are sweet wrappers. They're always great for like some stained glass window activity or something along those lines. Here's what's inside my second arts and crafts box. So in this box we keep our paint brushes. I put them in a little plastic bag with the little tray. We use other trays as well for the paint, but that's one of the ones we keep. We've got cotton wool balls, googly eyes. That's the coloured sand, and then those are the shakers that we use to shake on the coloured sand, and sometimes we use regular sand as well. We've got glitter pots and glitter pens. So I bought a bunch of these from the pound shop, and I think from here, and some glitter glue bought last year, and then some colourful straws, always in handy for some of our crafts. And then the shredded pink paper. I think this was for some gift that I gave out last year, and it's just a whole load left so the kids can use it, and I've added it to this drawer. Okay, I've also got one tray just full of Play-Doh mats and cutters, and I'll show you what's inside. So we started with some assorted Play-Doh cutters. Some of these the girls received as gifts, and there's just a bunch of different ones, so I've just put them again in the IKEA boxes, just nice and neatly, and labelled them. Then we've got some number cutters, and then the lovely Arabic letters from the Desi Doll Company as well. Although they don't fit in our current tray, we do keep them to the side and remember to take them out during Play-Doh time. These alphabet cookie cutters, for those living in Saudi Arabia, they're from Danube. I brought these for a couple of pounds, and they were really handy at the beginning when the kids were learning to write their names. And then I've got some art tools. We use these for clay in particular, and these are actual cookie and biscuit cutters. Although I could keep it in the kitchen, I just use it out here because we do a lot of our baking prep in this room and then take it to the kitchen. So I've got another tray full of coloured foam card, glitter card, shiny card, basically card that we've bought for crafts, but rather than having it in a box, we've just taken it all out, put it together in a tray. I'm just going to show you the tissue paper and craft material. I've sort of put it into this A4 pocket, and then I've collected other net and cellophane and things like that, and some craft stuff we've had from other boxes. And then I've got shiny paper, which I keep loose. Foam, even the leftover pieces, they come in so useful when you're doing crafts. Some corrugated shiny card and some plain shiny card, and some shiny glittery card, and then brown paper as well. And then I made one tray full of textiles and fabric wool plastic needles, and I'll show you what's inside. So we've got some cotton wool, which is all tangled up. It used to be proper balls full. We use it for loads of different things. The plastic needles we love using for threading pasta, for example. There's some normal string, and we've only got that coloured felt left, and then some simple plain fabric. We haven't done a lot in the textiles, as you can see, but it's a work in progress. This final tray sits at the bottom of the shelf, an easy access for the kids to access their felt tips, crayons and colouring pencils, and a few more things. So let me show you what's inside. So we start with the crayons. These two boxes, I can't remember where I got them from, but I literally made them into crayons boxes, and they are the crayons that break, the crayons that are lost from their packs, and they go into boxes, nice and tidy. The ones that are still around with their packs are still in their packs. These are twistable crayons. Then I got some stencils that we've bought, and we just keep them with all of this crayons and felt tips and colouring pencils. Some sharpeners for the kids to use, colouring pencils and smaller colouring pencils and watercolouring pencils all together as well. Then I got two pencil case fulls, one for thin felt tips and one for chunky felt tips. So when they both want to use them, they can just pull out a pencil case each. In case anyone's feeling really overwhelmed by all the things I posted, please don't be. Remember, we've been homeschooled for a couple of years now. A lot of this is stuff that we've collected over the years. This is how we are. We collect most of our pencil sharpening. So there you have our Homeschool Essentials, what's inside our IKEA trays, and I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Remember, you don't have to buy all of these things. A lot of these we collected or recycled over time.